Winston-Abri, due to budget problems, how will you spend public money on what projects? And how do you, this is like three questions, how do you rate the existing council on spending?
Well, I mean, we need to spend money on lots of different things, but we probably need to spend more money. And as far as I'm concerned, there are streets, sidewalks in various communities that need to be taken care of. There are, Well, okay, to answer this question, how do I rate the current council? I think that based on the information that we're given, that they're given from the town manager and the assistant town manager who manage the budget, I think that they're doing as well as they can under the circumstances. I don't know what I'd spend money on, though, other than the streets. And you all have to forgive me because I've been away from this for a while. And I've just been away from it. So I'm not quite sure all of what else I would spend money on other than the things that need to be done that I can see personally. And
30 seconds.
I'm basically done.
Okay.
With the question.
Same question to James Murray. The question is, due to the budget problems, how would you spend our money? On what projects, and how do you rate existing council on their spending?
Absolutely, and this is a fun two questions here. But first, I would like to say that I don't think that the council is old, rather that they are all young at heart, and so I look forward to being a part of that. That being said, yeah, there are budget problems, and we certainly are going to have to focus on how we spend our money. I live on South Taylor Street, and we could certainly use more sidewalks and streetlights, just like Terry said. There are infrastructure things that have to be taken care of. Yeah, we're short on money this year. Hopefully this is a more temporary problem than it might otherwise be, since so much of it is mandated projects, VDOT projects, things like that. We must make sure that we continue keeping up the town, because if we don't have a clean, well, brightly painted town, then we're not going to have other people want to join our town, which is going to lead us into a vicious cycle of more and more budget problems. So we have to make sure that we are actively keeping up the town and making sure that it is a desirable place to be. So even though we have budget problems, we have to be very careful about what money we are not spending. As to what I'd spend money on, if you want to look around you right now, our town offices are in need of some desperate renovation. And hey, updating town hall might be a great way to encourage visitors to the town, or people who are thinking about establishing a business in town, that this is a business, or this is a town that I want to be a part of. They obviously take pride in their own appearance. They have to take pride in their businesses. So that's what I would spend money on. Now, as to how I would rate the council, I think the council is generally doing a pretty good job. I think that there could be a bit more openness, and I think that in terms of communicating what the town does to the community, being clear and direct in every communication would be helpful, making sure that everybody knows what's going on. Thank you.
And to Faye Pritchard, the same question, and that is, due to the budget problems, how will you spend our money? And I hope you'll spend it on a new timer. There we go.
I'm sorry, that's
and what projects and on what projects, and how do you rate the existing council on their spending?
Okay. Well, to start with, my ranking would always be that public safety projects come first, followed by economic development projects, and followed by amenities, if that's possible. There's a term that gets bandied around that people don't know very well, but trust me, everybody in local government knows it. It's called TMDL, and it means total maximum daily load. There's not a local government in the state of Virginia that's not thinking about this every day. We are under tremendous pressure from the EPA to reduce the amount of phosphorus and nitrogen that we put into the bay, and there's no other word than draconian for how difficult those measures are that are being imposed on us right now. And we have to do this. We will be fined very deeply if we do not do it. And so what we try to do is think about this wisely. I have heard some folks say that our downtown parking lot was not a good expenditure of money, even though we had tremendous grant funding to do it. But in fact, one of the things that helped us do was meet our guidelines for TMDL, and so therefore we meet our burden to the state. So every time we try to do something that's TMDL, we also try to combine it with an economic development possibility or some other job. We try to combine things as much as possible for economies of scale. We try to work with other localities for economies of
30
scale.
seconds.
We always knew that 2014 would be our most difficult year as revenues remain flat, and we still are charged with providing services. And what I would say is this is a very hard job. I'm happy to have criticism, but I will tell you that when budget time comes, there's generally about 4 people in this room, and we get very little public input, and we'd be delighted to have it.